Hello again! It's Little Red Riding Hood. It's another book about Little Red Riding Hood. And let me tell you something. Little Red Riding Hood is a fairy tale. There's lots and lots of fairy tales in the world. And this is a fairy tale. And usually a fairy tale was written a long, long time ago. And then different people over the years tell the fairy tale in their own way. So an author might say, or not really the author, but the person who writes this book tells it this way, and the one that we just listened to on the CD player told it a little bit differently, and the person who drew the pictures might draw them differently. But basically it's the same story, right? We have the wolf, and we have Little Red, who's so cute with her little red shoes and her hood and her jacket and her little cute tights. So this is another version of Little Red Riding Hood, which is a fairy tale. And this is from the library, and I think we looked at this the other day, Levi, when we were sitting on the deck and having our lunch, right? That's the title page. There she is. And do you remember when we opened this and Graham saw all these pictures that I really thought were cute? The way the illustrator drew them, I really liked them. And remember what I said about that letter? Can you remember why I liked that letter? What is that letter? Levi, do you know what that letter is? Yes, you do. It's an R. And do you remember why I said I like the letter R? Because Graham's name starts with an R. Levi's name starts with an L. And Lila's name starts with an L. And Graham's name starts with an R. Do you remember my name? Robin. Like the bird. That's Graham. I'm not a bird. I'm a person whose name is Robin, just like the bird. All right, let's get back to our fairy tale called Little Red Riding Hood. And look at that. Oh yeah, I remember we looked at the little swing set and we said, is this like Levi and Lila's swing set? Yours is super big compared to that one, but there's this little swing for Little Red to swing on. And this one Graham has to read because there's no tape to listen to or CD. Graham will call it a tape for the rest of my life because that's how I grew up. Once there was a little girl who loved to wear red. She had red shirts and red skirts, red shoes, and a fabulous bright red coat. Her name was Little Red Riding Hood. She really likes red. Early one morning, Little Red's mother packed up a basket. I have a very special job for you, she told Little Red. Grandma is feeling sick. Will you take her this fresh fruit? What kind of fruit are they sending over? Apples. Of course, cried Little Red, and she put on her favorite coat and kissed her mother goodbye. Bye, Mom. She's waving. It was a bright sunny day and Little Red skipped through the woods. Good morning, she called to the rabbits and the deer. I'm bringing Grandma a special surprise. But someone was peeking from behind a tree. We have two cute bunnies, but who's peeking over there? The big bad wolf. A big, hungry wolf. Good day, growled the wolf. What are you doing in the woods all alone? He is silly looking. I'm taking this special basket of fruit to Grandma, Little Red replied. Yuck, thought the wolf. He didn't like fruit. He liked to eat tasty little girls. So the wolf thought up a plan, a horrible, clever plan. Why not pick Grandma some pretty flowers, he said. Good idea, said Little Red. But as she started gathering daisies, the wolf raced down the path to Grandma's house. The wolf knocked on Grandma's door with a thud, thud, thud. Is that you, Little Red, my dear? Called Grandma. Yes, squeaked the wolf. "Let me in! It's breakfast time!" "Oh, good," said Grandma, opening the door. "What are we having for breakfast?" "You!" cried the wolf. "Oh my goodness, that's not nice." But remember, this is a fairy tale, so it's a made-up silly story. This wouldn't really happen, right, in real life? No. "Ah," yelled Grandma, "you're not Little Red," and she slammed the door right on his big furry nose. "Ow!" howled the wolf. In a flash, Grandma ran out of the back door and into the woods to find help. "That wasn't nice," the wolf growled, rubbing his nose. But now he could put his terrible plan into action. Remember, what's he doing here, Levi? Putting on Grandma's clothes? So when Little Red knocked, tap, tap, tap on Grandma's door, it was a deep, scratchy voice that answered. "Come in, my dear." Little Red walked into Grandma's bedroom and stopped in surprise. "Why, Grandma," she said slowly, "what big ears you have." And what does the wolf say? Who knows what the wolf says? "The better to hear you with, my dear," croaked the wolf. "He is silly looking." "And Grandma," Little Red said carefully, "what big hairy arms you have." "The better to hug you with, my dear," growled the wolf. "But Grandma," Little Red whispered, "what big teeth you have." "Oh no." "The better to eat you with, my dear," snarled the wolf, and he pounced on Little Red. Uh-oh. Just at that moment, the door burst open. In rushed Grandma with a woodcutter. "Stop right there," yelled Grandma. "Put her down now," bellowed the woodcutter, "or we'll chop you up and turn you into a birdhouse." With a horrified growl, the wolf jumped out of the window and ran far, far away, never to return. Little Red hugged Grandma tight. "I'm so glad you chased that wolf away," she said, and she gave Grandma the basket of fruit. "What a day of excitement," laughed Grandma. "Now let's all have breakfast." And I guess they did. Boy, that had a happy ending, right? Nobody got hurt, really. Too much. That's Little Red Riding Hood, another version of that fairy tale. Pretty cool. I think so. All right. I'll see you soon. Love you. Mwah.